Hi everyone, welcome to IAB Hong Kong Measurement Field Stop. I'm Timmy Kwok, OMG Head of Performance. Today we will talk about media qualities, and I'm happy to invite Junny from DoubleVerify. She is expert from this area, and she will share her experience in this section. Hi Junny, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Timmy, for having me today.
Okay, sure. So today we will briefly introduce what is the brand safe media qualities and why it is important for your business. Then we will share different solutions to address your problem and what is the real business case to handle with the media quality. So let's get started. So what is the brand safety? According to IAB, brand safety aims is to protect your brand from the negative image during the marketing promotion. In other words, marketers need to take care on their media investment suffering from the accident or hacking by the ad fraud. So why it is important for your brand? It is because many people will feel uncomfortable with the treasure and accident showing nearby your ad promotion. 80% of people will reduce their intention with your product and service when your ads is serving nearby some of the accidents. So in other words, your brand image will be suffer and lost from those of the promotion. Hey, Junny, so what is the brand suitabilities in our industry?
So for the brand safety and brand suitability benchmark for Hong Kong, actually it's above the APEC benchmark. For Hong Kong, the brand suitability incident is about 9.7% versus the APEC benchmark is only 6.4%. Why we are seeing such increase in brand suitability and safety violation? First, like Timmy mentioned, brand safety is generally to protect your brand to display the ad next to harmful content or maybe content that is about death and injury or product recall. That is what we call brand safety. For brand suitability, it's very unique for each brand. Take the example on the screen as an example. So this is actually a piece of content that is towards a good sentiment. It's about 2 bars in Hong Kong, making it to the top 50 bars in the world. So it's a good piece of content. But for different brands, they actually have different brand suitability needs. So for example, some of the maybe let's say baby product, they will find this type of content not aligned to their brand image. So in such case, if the advertisement is being shown nearby this content, we will help our advertisers to flag it as a brand incident. So this is just to make sure that all your digital advertising dollars will be aligned with your brand image and safe for your brand's needs. Moving on, we also look at the fraud like Timmy mentioned before. So fraud essentially is anything that deliver to non-human traffic or ads is not being really rendered, or maybe ads that is really serving to malware or adsware. So this is something that we generally call invalid traffic or fraud. So even on emerging channel like CTV, which is a popular topic these days, we have partnered with Roku in the US, and we have identified that over 7.5 million per month of advertising dollars is actually going under the new CTV ad fraud scheme. So this is actually causing a lot of money from different advertising channels. So when we look at the protected campaigns versus the unprotected campaigns, so what do we mean by protected campaigns? Basically, it is campaigns that is being measured and protected by DoubleVerify versus the one that is not being measured and protected by DoubleVerify. We are seeing for protected campaign, we are seeing about 1 or 2% fraud rate per day. For the ones that is not being protected by DoubleVerify, we are seeing up to 17% fraud rate on extreme day, which could cost a lot of money. And did you know that for the fraud rate in Hong Kong, the average is 2.6% in 2023, versus the fraud violation rate across APEC is only 0.8%, which is a pretty significant number. And I think all advertisers should pay attention to.
So apart from the brand suitabilities and effort, viewability is also one of the key elements for the media qualities. Many marketers will set viewability as their KPI for their brand suitabilities and measurements. Allow me to explain more details in this concept. Apart from the IB, so our standard banner showing for those of the ad, at least for 50% of the ad on the screen for minimums for 1 second is calling for the viewable impressions. For the same concept for the video, when they are showing 50% of the pixel on the screen over for the 2 seconds or longer, it is also calling for viewabilities for those of the video. And the viewability is very important for the brands. Why it is this? Because you can see from our example, like the out of view or unloading creative. So those of the area will not be able to show your media promotion. And it means that your promotion is totally wastage in this area. So allow me to ask Junny is that, so what is our industry benchmark for those of the cost wastage in the viewabilities?
So when we look at in terms of viewability, we are again looking at protected campaign versus unprotected campaign, and we covered both display and video as well. So when we look at display, we are seeing almost 9% differences for protected campaign and unprotected campaign in terms of our authentic viewable rate. And versus video, it's more significant. When we put into actual media dollar, there is 294K per billion impression that is being goes to waste for impression that is not really viewable for our target audiences.
So thanks, Junny. So currently we will have another alternative measurement calling to the attention. So what is attention? It is totally a new matrix from our marketers. So typically they will leverage those of the user engagement to an AI technology to measure, such as those of the hit rate like the TIS one, or even though the user engagement like the DoubleVerify. So we will measure those of the playlist or even post those of the music. So in other words, we will be able to use those of the proxy to measure those of the interaction from your user and collect those of the user signal to understand those of the area. So from the point of view, normally speaking, those of the third-party vendor will use different measurement to use for the attention. May I ask for Junny, so what kinds of the measurement DoubleVerify is using?
Thank you, Timmy. So like I mentioned before, we want to make sure all our advertisers or our clients' digital advertising spending is authentic. What we call an authentic ad, we measure whether the impression is being brand safe environment, whether they are viewable, whether they're in geo, and whether they are for free. Once the impression fulfill all these criteria, we will further look into other matrices like exposure and engagement to measure the authentic attention benchmark. Why I want to echo to Timmy's question, why we release these authentic attention matrices is because we want to understand beyond our standard measurement, how that impression is being really meaningful to our advertisers, like whether they are being exposed in a prominent position for sufficient time, and whether the user has more engagement other than just clicks. Like Timmy mentioned, it could be volume up or down, or maybe they want to pause the ad and then come back to it later. This is some sort of engagement that we previously don't have as standard measurement matrix. But with our authentic attention measurement, we will be looking at both exposure and also the engagement indexes to make sure that your media investment in digital space is really meaningful.
Thanks, Junny. So all in all, so we are already understand some of the basic concept about the media qualities. Now let's move to how to do some of the protection and solution in this industry. Mainly in our industry, we will have different 3 layers. In the first layer, you can see from the left-hand side is for the platform filtering, doing different of the filtering in different of platform, no matter from the Metas, Google, or even though TikTok or Instagram. And secondly, for those of the industry, we will have some of the certificate partners with IABHK company. In the third part, you can see that some of the ad verification solution from DoubleVerify or even though IS is also well known in this industry. Let's us talking one by one. Now, in the first place, for those of the platform solution, you can see from, say, from the Google DV360 as one of the DSP, you can see we can always do the P-bit filtering from those of the content label. Say, for example, you can always filtering those of the adult and sensitive content from the digital label, and you will not be able to beat those of the area in this platform. Then, except from the platform side, we also have the tech side and also publisher side. From the IAB, we already partner with the tech company, which is doing some of the significant partners. So we will understand those of the ad tech and also publisher, whether they are good in qualities, whether they have the ad fraud, whether they are brand safety in those of the digital content. So with those of the partner and certification, you will be able to buy those of the media imagery from the site. And the last but not least is talking about the third party on those of the ad verification, which is from the DoubleVerify and also the IS. May I let Junny to explain more detail from the DoubleVerify?
For sure. This is the example of our full funnel solution end-to-end from protection perspective to driving outcomes for our advertisers. I won't go into detail today, but our core solution is really to ensure that the digital investment for our advertisers is really brand safe, viewable, NGO, and for free. So moving on, I also wanted to talk about how we can enable our advertisers to make sure that the digital investment is being safe. So like Timmy mentioned, we have platform integration from a pre-bid perspective. So majority of the platform they offer right now is through an auction-based model. So basically there will be a bid happen before your impression is being delivered. So with that, having said that, we will analyze whether the bid signal is suitable for your brand. If historically it's some harmful content, maybe it's about aircraft incident, or maybe it's about some natural disaster, or maybe it's something that is not aligned with your brand image. If you apply our pre-bid solution, we will block the bidding. We will intercept the bidding and make sure the bidding won't happen. And for all the biddings that you won and your impression will be delivered, we will have a second layer of control. So this is what we call post-bid measurement. We will help you to make sure that piece of content still align with your image. For example, like we discussed before, it's a alcohol-related content and I'm selling baby-related product. It's not suitable for my brand. From our solution perspective, we can either first flag to you, hey, there is an incident happen, or we can help you to block that bad quality inventory to make sure that your ad won't show next to that piece of content. Moving on, I want to share one of the case study in Hong Kong. So we work with one of the local agency. They want to leverage our authentic attention measurement to help the clients to drive campaign performance outcome and improve future optimization decision. So they adopted our authentic attention measurement. So it's very simple. First, we set a baseline. We help them to measure all the digital campaign and look at the performances. Then we define the success for that advertisers, whether they want to increase the exposure or improve their engagement. And then we will provide optimization suggestion to the team like Timmy. They're professional. They will be able to help out to optimize again your digital campaign performance. And then by the end, we see that we're actually helping that advertisers to drive and huge improvement in click-through rate. So the click-through rate actually improved by 83%. And the CPC also decreased by 46% as well. So this is some significant number that we can see. So if you guys are interested in anything related to measurement, brand safety, or attention, feel free to reach out to your agency or reach out to DoubleVerify. We will be able to help out to answer any question.
Sure, thanks. Enjoy for our section. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.